Yeah, of course I have a little bit, just I respect this sport, this boxing sport, I want activity, more activity, like maybe 4, okay, minimum 3 times per year fight, Nobody won't fight with me. I think Kell Brook, he has the same problem, like me. Right now I respect him. Yeah, before I think he's small guy. Right now I see he's not small, same size.
Good. Ed, how are you?
Wow, it's very easy, it's very big surprise for me.
We're the right church.
And he going to 160. It's my job. I know my job. I know my situation. I want to fight. It doesn't matter with who. I'm champion. I need just one belt. Kell, he said, I won't fight with you. Just yes, of course I'm ready. Of course, impossible going to down like 154 or 147 because I'm champion 160 right now. Just very interesting.
Do you feel like you're almost in a no-win situation? If you happen to lose this fight, people are going to say, "Well, you lost to a smaller guy. What's the problem?"
You know what? I remember history. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, every big champions, every big legend. Right now, I understand this is the biggest test for me because he is undefeated, and I going to London, to UK. This is not easy. This is a big bonus for him. Yeah, this is his house.
Is there any difference you going to his hometown?
Of course, different time, different situation. You see, right now just big champions staying home. I want. And for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I like this sport. I respect the sport.
What about Canelo? You think that's ever gonna happen?
Right now, it's not interesting. Just right now, my focus on Kell Brook. Canelo. Hopefully, is next.
Tom, can you speak about how the deal came together a little bit for the media?
Yeah, it's been pretty well documented. Actually, it goes even further back than that. When Gennady wanted to go to the UK, we've had a big demand from the UK fans to bring him over. We tried to do a deal with Eddie to fight Carl Froch. That didn't materialize. Then we were talking about Billy Joe Saunders to unify the last title with the WBO title. That didn't materialize. We couldn't reach terms with Saunders. Then the Chris Eubank situation came very close. Eddie was very positive, thought it would happen. That didn't happen. And then Eddie was able to get Kell Brook's verbal commitment within 2 hours, and it took us literally 2 days to sign the deal. So that's why we have so much respect. That's why it goes back to when two fighters want to fight each other, it's not that hard to make a deal. If one fighter wants to fight and the other one wants to talk about the fight, then you can't make a deal that way. And that's why we give Kell a lot of credit. And I know they've had a lot of similar issues on their side, and it really solves the problem for both fighters.
Is he in a tough situation now that he has to win this fight?
I think he's in a tough situation every time he steps in the ring. He's the number one guy now. He's the alpha dog. He's the top middleweight champion with, look, you have 4 middleweight titles there. So everyone's going to come to the top of their game to try to beat him that night. If he has one off night, look what happened to Vladimir Klitschko. He was dominant for so long. He had one bad night and he lost all of his titles to Tyson Fury. And the same thing could happen to Gennady. And so if he has a bad night, he had the flu when he fought Rosado here in New York. And if he's not at the top of his game, it's not like basketball or NFL where you can have a bad game and still win a world championship. If he has a bad night, he loses all these titles. And that's what really makes it so great for Kell, is such an incentive or such a reward for Kell to take the risk to step up and fight one of the most marketable fighters in the sport. At the same time, if Gennady can beat an undefeated, top-rated welterweight champion, Kell's going to bring his speed, he's going to bring everything he has, his experience as a welterweight champion to try to beat him. And it's not an unprecedented event. As Gennady said, his history has shown that Sugar Ray Leonard could beat Marvin Hagler, that Ray Robinson could move up and be successful at middleweight. So it wouldn't be unprecedented, but that's what makes this such a compelling fight. And because of Kell's fan base and Gennady's fan base, it's a huge international event.
like the true boxing fan will understand this fight? And historically, what have you seen when this sort of matchup has been put together?
I think historically the difference has been the speed that the welterweight or the smaller man brings up. In this particular case, you're looking at a guy that's undefeated in his weight, whether he brings that up or not, but he's got two great coaches on his side that I'm sure understand that he can't stand in front of Golovkin. He's going to have to box him, he's going to have to move, but he has that ability. As Ray Leonard showed against Hagler, if you can stay on your toes and move around for 12 rounds, you're going to win a fight. So we anticipate that. We anticipate that that's what he's going to do. And as Leonard proved in the Hagler fight, it's very possible. It's very possible to win a decision. Remember, we're going to England. We're going to his house. He's going to have 20,000 people screaming his name every time he misses a punch. The judge is going to be influenced, so it's up to us to make sure that we don't let it get to that point or we don't allow it to be close. But it's a tough task. It's a tough task because you have a guy that doesn't know how to lose in Brook.
Have a weird matchup though, right?
You know what? You look at them when they were facing each other, I bet you he weighs more than Golovkin right now. So by the time fight time comes off, he's going to be weighing 72, 73, and Golovkin will be around 69, 70. So the weight advantage, I don't think is relevant in this case because he is a big guy. They're about the same height. Now, my concern will be, like I said, is if he can get off those flurries and score points and then run away and get those flurries off or tie up and move around, which he's capable of because he did it against Sean Porter. With the additional 13 pounds, does that give him the strength to be able to tie Golovkin up and not let Golovkin work? That'll be an issue that we'll have to address when we get to the gym and make sure that fight night we know that can happen.